well, let's get going. 15 through 21. Okay, that's good. Perfect. All right, put that up. And away we go. Away we go. Continue. All right. So, I don't think there's anything. Okay, that's fine. This is the end of day 14, if I recall. Okay, so we're at the. We talked to everybody here? Yeah, we talked to everybody there. Okay, so the day 14 end. And yes, okay, very good. Let's see if there's anybody at the mirror.
Yes, you did it, Reaper. You have achieved.
Achieved.
Your grandeur grows with every passing moment. Soon we'll be but mere motes beside your blazing glory.
I don't know about that. That's kind of interesting. What are you rambling about now? Okay, bask in my splendor, Homer. I'm not sure. What are you rambling about now?
Nothing. I wouldn't dare say a thing. Your Majesty. Carry forth your deed of darkness, Reaper. But stop before it's too late. Already getting a bit late as we speak. The dusk nears.
Alright, interesting. So, the bartender thinks that the mirror is just like our personality, like talking to ourselves, like basically our mind, like pondering itself. What's up, Walsman? Up, here we go. Up. Let's see what happened from the previous day. Okay, CEO of the social media platform planning to open a museum of antiques and relics. Rowdy parties on the rise cause disturbances at various neighborhoods. Okay. I'm not really worried too much about that. Let's put this up here. And what do we got? 6 people have to rip it. 3 people with scientific backgrounds have to rip it, and 2 humans younger than 30 have to rip it. So, all right. So the question is, 3 with a scientific background. All right. I think a gun runner. Yeah, I think we're gonna put him as a rip. A biology. That's a rip, and it's 2 under the age of 30. Archaeologist. Is that considered science? Did I see the horror games on sale in Epic? No, I have not, but now I'm curious. I did buy 2 of them this week when I got back in town. Archaeologist. Outlast and Outlast 2. Really? Is it Outlast Trials? I'll have to maybe look into that. I got a lot of scary games queued up. Archaeologist. I think that's considered a science. We'll put that as a rip. And who are you? A geneticist. I know that's science. Oh no! Like, actually, I have a relative who's a geneticist. Let's see, a drug. Oh my gosh. An astrophysicist. Oh my gosh. A hacker? They're interested in cryptology algorithms. And 6 have to rip it, huh? And 2 under the 8. Okay, so I think they're gonna rip it. I think that's the move. Wow, astrophysics. I mean, it's science. Okay, a hacker and a truck driver. Okay, so I think I want them to rip it. Excuse me. I want them to rip it. And then science, astrophysicist, archaeologist. That is archaeology considered a science? Geneticist. An archaeologist. All right, chat. Like, you guys are smart. You would say it's a science. Like a historical science, right? Because it's digging up the past. And it's also the archiving of history, you know, like pyramids, etc. So I have to rip 3 scientists and 2 under the age of 30. But, man. Yeah, I agree with that assessment. These need to go. That's like ripids. The geneticists. So mammals capable of photosynthesis, conversion of energy into oxygen. Sophia, what's happening? And sunflowers with ears. They also dream of a pet hedgehog with an actual hedge instead of spines. So far, the research is costly, but they believe for the greater good. Their colleagues are on high alert. Interesting. Okay, so that could be. Let's keep on looking. Astrophys focuses on researching red dwarfs and possibility of finding habitable planet. And the possibility of finding habitable planets. Ooh, I like that. That could be good for the future of the people here. Okay, so they're gonna rip it. This is one of the under age 30 that's gonna rip it. And do I have a biology student? I also need them because they're under 30, and that's a science. So we have 1, 2, 3. And then I need, let's see here. What would help humanity? I'm not really psyched about the driver, so maybe they're a rip it. That would give me 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got, let's see here. So the truck driver and the science student, that's the 2 under 30. And then archaeologist, geneticist, and the biology student are the science people. And then that leaves me with, okay, so then I need 230. Okay, that's young enough. And they're 23. Okay, so there's the younger people. And then what do we say? Do we say these are the people we keep alive? Astrophysicists, and the reason why I'm picking them is because they have the possibility of finding habitable planets. That could be something big if our planet is like going to whack. And then the hacker, what was their deal? The thing to remember is that someone manipulated the Cosmopolitus stock market earlier in the game. Knives, what's happening. So the fact that they're into cryptology, which is the science of code breaking, I think they're going to make the economic system like more secure. It's an IT specialist, so they're like they'd be able to keep the stock market from getting manipulated in the game. So I think the astrophysicist, because they can potentially find a habitable planet rather, and the IT specialist that gets into cryptology, and then the rest are going to rip it. Okay, so let's get this going. Rip. So, yep, thank you. Yep, thank you. Okay, thank you. Let's do this. So, you might be asking Mal, kind of a morbid game, if you could even call that. What are you playing? This is called Unalive in Taxes. And the premise is that you are the Grim Reaper. And it's your job to determine who rips it and who stays another day. And so you want to pick people to rip it who are going to negatively affect society and keep people alive that are going to help society. So there's so these are the conditions. As the Grim Reaper, you get like a daily assignment. So I'll point that out in just a second. So you get like a to-do list from fate. So in this case, 6 people have to rip it. 3 of them have to have scientific backgrounds. And there's criterias. And if you meet the criterias, you get paid for the day. If you don't, you don't make anything and you get in trouble. 3 times you get fired. And so, for example, like in this case, I picked them because they might be able to help us find habitable planets. Because if our game... Oh, no, let me back it up, close that. Okay, so let me put that up. And then this is a live, thank you. And once you pick, so these are all the rippets, these are the keeps, and once you determine if you've met the criteria and you followed Fate's homework assignment for the day, then you say, all right, I'm putting my results in for the day. So if you've ever played a game called Papers, it's basically like that, except you're the Grim Reaper. So I'm a Grim Reaper. I've been unaliving people, causing them to rip it or keep it. And then there's 28 in-game days, and there's some mysteries and anomalies that we're trying to solve every week. So this is Fate, and...
Good evening, Grim. I hope you are doing well.
And Lady Pendington, the cat, which was our boss last week. Good evening, Grim. I hope you're doing well. Thank you.
I forgot to ask you yesterday. How did it feel going through almost a whole week on your own?
Wow. Yeah, things got bad. The cat stole an entire day of production. I'm not sure how much I can handle it. Our answers also affect like whether or not we like continue in the game. So like we had a 1-week review, a 2-week review, and then after this week, then we're gonna have a 3-week review. And if you fail too often, you get fired as a Grim Reaper. So it did kind of. There was one day I had to nuke like 7, I think like 6 or 7 people. It's definitely getting more difficult to make the choices. I think it got kind of bad.
The world certainly has that tendency.
I do like the voice acting in this game.
Well, let us quickly go over the usual administrative matters. The papers.
He seems more absent-minded since he got back from his trip.
I see you have marked the appropriate number of profiles. Yay.
We need to increase productivity. Oh gosh. Noonan, what's happening there on the Purple app? Welcome.
Honestly, this corporate mandate is growing a bit tiresome. Oh well. What must be done?
What must be done must be done. And so if you're just joining, you're like, Mal, what the mess are you playing? We are playing Unalive and Taxes. And the game basically is a version of Papers, where you get assigned certain tasks, and then that's your purpose is I'm basically a Grim Reaper. You know, I would really kind of like to see what's happening here. Why am I not seeing this? That's kind of weird. Hold on a second here. Okay, there we go. That's better. Okay, very good, very good. So, let's carry on.
Speaking of, yesterday marked a significant moment in your career. Are you content with your evaluation?
So he's talking about our 2-week review, which was the conclusion of day 14 in game. So we're halfway through the game. We're going to do 4 episodes. We're in the 3rd episode, which is we're going to go to day 21, which is the end of the 3rd week. And then next session, whenever that is down the road, will be when we complete the game at day 28. It is a hard stop. It's not like you just play forever. Let's see. Am I content with my evaluation? Oh, now the reason why the cat was our boss for a week is Fate, who's the guy with the glasses, is like, hey, man, I'm going out into the field because I heard a rumor that there's this group that's trying to create a new society, and he went to see like what they were doing, what they were thinking about, and so basically the cat gave us our to-do list, and he actually stole an entire day of papers, which is a bummer, and then we got scolded. But I'm curious what he's going to say about the rebellion thing.
Oh, the fancy of my imagination. Take it as a metaphor. This reminds me. Have you any questions? It has been a while since we had a personable dialogue.
What's up, man? The rules are like you're given an assignment and you got to like keep within the framework. That's the rules. I kind of am curious as to like how long a day is by his definition.
The complexity of time. Imagine that it is not a fixed and stable entity. I am sure you did not think only 15 days have passed since your arrival. Considering the frequency and magnitude of events in your moderately sized region.
So, as a side note, for if you're just joining, you're like, well, this is an interesting game. What the mess is this? This is Unalive and Taxes. I can't say the word because I'm guessing TikTok would flag me. But Unalive and Taxes. And you're playing the Grim Reaper. And you're given like little to-do tasks. And basically the premise is that it's like the game Papers, if you've ever heard of that game. And you're inspecting the person's passport, and you're letting them in, and you're turning them away. It's basically like another variation of that. But in this game, basically there's Reapers for everything. So there will be like a Grim Reaper for people and a Grim Reaper for animals. And one day I was a Grim Reaper for plants, and I had to kill some plants. Or unalive some plants, rather. And so basically in this underworld, there's Reapers for everything living. And so that being said, we've been assigned to humans, and so far we haven't been fired, but we'll see what happens. So then let's say how does that work?
Time is an inconsistent flux. While you rest, days, weeks, months may pass at different intervals.
So when we go to sleep and call it a day, in the real world there might have been 3 weeks that pass until like there's important enough people to like make decisions on. Interesting. So it's not a traditional 24-hour day. So even though like in game we've played 15 days, we might have been in the underworld for like months. Like that might have been months of real life time outside of the underworld. So that's an interesting concept that when we go to bed, it's not like a 24-day like when we're alive. It's the Reaper days are different. That's interesting to know.
Profiles from diverse moments appear on the same day, interlaced, within a rhizome of time and space stretching beyond mere 4 dimensions.
Right. Oh, what? So what are the 4 dimensions? Length, width, height, and time. Is that the 4th dimension? I always forget. But yeah, so we're dealing with 4 dimensions. Interesting.
That is why causal links are difficult to establish, and the equilibrium is of unfathomable complexity.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anything else?
We could say we're unclear. I'll do that for the benefit of the viewers.
What do you mean?
What do we want to ask? Yes, thank you for the likes. I see in real time 1,000 likes. That is so kind. Thank you. Thank you. Whoop. Thank you. Thank you. So we could ask, how do we pick? And I have described it briefly, but we could hear it in his words. I think it'd be interesting to say, am I the only one who picks and makes things happen? Are there other Reapers assigned? He did say that we're assigned to one city. So, for example, we're assigned to this one city, but then there would be another Reaper assigned to another city, and you know, all the cities of the world would have Reapers associated with their city. I think, do you pick what's supposed to happen and thus make it happen? So I'm curious to see if by making the choices on the list, we're changing the path of civilization in his mind. Let's ask the first question.
Oh, nothing of the sort. The world, and the people therein, create the situations themselves without our interference.
Interesting. Okay. So he's like, they're going to do whatever they want to do. He thinks or is claiming that we're not affecting the path of society in any way. Whereas the voice that's in the mirror is like, you're messing it up, like you're leading to the destruction of the world. Interesting. So there's some conflicting ideas, a few mysteries that we're going to continue looking into.
Our data mongers assemble, collate, and examine wide swathes of data, and calculate the parameters for the necessary equilibrium.
Interesting.
We do not directly cause deaths, although our choices can modify the structure slightly.
So, he mentioned earlier in week 1 that all of the people that are on the list are about ready to experience a unalive. And so all we're doing is we're letting the event happen, or we're saving them. We're doing something to keep them alive. And so we're not actually ending anybody. They already were at the point of, you know, ripping it. But we are intervening to save some people. We never end them, we just save them. But who we save can affect things. So if I save a medical doctor, maybe they keep someone alive that changes the world. And so there's ripple effects based on our decision making. And it should be noted in this game that there are multiple endings. We're just going to play one of them, and if I really am digging it, maybe we'll come back and do another playthrough some other time. But there are multiple playthroughs, so I'm following the rules, right? So I'm like just doing enough to like not get in trouble with fate, but you can go off script and either be like do everything to save humanity or do everything to not. So if I let a destructive person stay alive, they might rob a bank or something along the such. So it's interesting. He's saying we just affect the future, the structure slightly. Pause. But I'm going to ask him, hey, if I mark profiles and I keep some people alive, doesn't that have effect on other people because they stayed alive?
In a sense. But this is certainly not a one-to-one sequence of causal links.
Interesting.
You should consider time works a bit differently in here. Anything else?
Now this is a really good one. What is my history? Now, the one thing that is not indicated is who we were in our old life before we became a Reaper. We woke up as a Reaper. But we don't have any clues about who we were before. I am really curious to see if he's willing to reveal any of our history.
You are a death spawn. I crafted you out of different materials.
So what was I made out of?
The store.
Right.
Places.
It went to Walmart and got an arm and a leg and... Right. Okay. The store and places. Interesting. Okay, so he probably robbed some graves and stuff like that. Okay, so we're basically like a Frankenstein pieced together with stuff and duct tape. Interesting.
Anything else?
Oh, now that's really random. Do you play chess? I recall some... All right, viewers. Do you see this? We remember something about a death with tons of chess. So maybe we were a chess player in our old life.
No. I am instead particular to this game called Go. Aesthetically pleasing, less violent and imperialistic.
He's like, go would work. Just shoot. Interesting. But we remembered the game of chess. We had a memory that was related to chess. Interesting.
Anything else?
No, I think we're done.
Until tomorrow,
Until
Grim.
tomorrow, Grim. Right, very good. Nice. Nice. And the little snort was, we have a piggy bank on our desk, and when we get paid, instead of the coins just flopping all over the place, they get put in the piggy bank. So that's telling us that our money got deposited in the bank account. Nothing happening here. And let's check. Anything happened down here? Let's check over here. Hello.
Shiver me timbers. Ye sure can't get enough of the Emporium.
Right. Okay, that's just clothing. That's tempting. I mean, we're already halfway through. Let's buy this and see what
Shiver
it
me
does.
timbers. 'Tis a tale most sordid. I dare not even recall the details, but since ye wish to hear it, I shall tell it forthwith. There I was, scouting some rickety office. Went in, tore it out and made a run. The device has immense power. Ye turn the knob, and infinite pleasant noises come from it.
It's a radio.
Some might even call it music.
Nice. Okay, very good. So, all right. Well, that being said, let's go get some sleep. Very good. Fresh day. Fresh day. Let's talk to see if the mirror has any... Nope, the mirror does not have anything for us. Nothing happening down here. I'm not worried about the vendor. Let's go to work. Oh. Alright, hold on one second here. Hold on one second. Hold your horses. Oh my gosh. The archaeologists ripped it when they tried to steal some artifacts. Okay. Window shopping for planets. Could this planet be our future home? Okay, so that could help humanity. The underworld stirs as an illicit arms dealer got ended in an abandoned factory. Interesting. New exotic weapons popping. Okay, interesting. Experimenting advanced powerful hallucination actually stumbles off the bridge. Okay. An ex-hacker hired as an IT consultant for the digital entertainment and AI research company. Okay, so that could be interesting. Okay, nothing really happened there. Let's just kind of put that off in the corner. All right, so well, hold on a second here. We really got a lot of busy stuff here. Let's move this here. I don't really need that. Let's just oh, look at the little pigs. Okay. I don't know that we need this. Put this kind of up here. We'll put this, yeah, we'll put this right there. And I don't really like that there. We'll put that right, man, where do I put it? I guess we could put it right, let's put it right there. What do we got for our to-do list here? Okay. 2 people have to rip it. The humans on the opposite ends of the profile bundle have to rip it. Which would be this person and this person. Okay, so this is the one on the left. This is the one on the right. And who survives? A student. Interesting. And a stunt person. Interesting. And who rips it? A junior researcher. Human cell regeneration. We gotta end them. And a streetcar operator. Man, that's a rough one. It forced our hand. There's only 4 people. And it has to be these 2 that rip it. Wow. It really didn't give us much for a choice. It said 2 people have to rip it. And the people on the 2 sides, this was the left part of the bundle, this is the right part of the bundle, and 2 of them had to rip it. So by proxy or by process of elimination, they could live. But there is an achievement if we like nuke everybody one particular day. But we already locked in, so that's okay. Okay. Nothing happening here. If you're just joining in, we're playing Unalive and Taxes, which is an indie game. And it is kind of quirky. It doesn't seem too, like, horribly intensive.
Grim, my fellow colleague, I have been deliberating a matter. Perhaps you can be of assistance.
Okay.
Should I become a writer?
Oh,
I
wow.
could write many compelling works of fiction. I am an antique, after all. I have much experience.
I don't want to insult him. I mean, like, writing is, expressing yourself in writing. Yeah. I don't want to, like, insult him. Sure. I would say why not? He probably is going to use the stories of the people that have been, like, getting ripped.
Why not? Indeed. Why not? I shall continue my contemplation. But for now, it is time for... all the files are in order.
The cat is content?
Well, off you go now. I must return to my deliberations.
So we do know that Fate, so the guy with the glasses, and this guy, that the little snort is my paycheck getting deposited in the piggy bank, that the guy that watches the archive used to be Reapers together way back in the day. The elf-looking fellow. He's the one that works in the archive. Nothing happening. The mirror isn't talking. The lounge isn't open. I think what we do is we end the day. And let's keep it moving. Anything happening? Nothing happening. Let's hit the day. All right. So let's see what happened. Interesting. Young researcher unalive because of a pathogen. Doctors puzzled. Student accidentally starts riots against fake news media. Interesting. The stunt person urges people towards a healthier lifestyle. Okay, so that worked out for us. And that kind of gives us little hints as to if our decisions were wise. And then what do we got? All the people in the bottom row have to rip it. Whoa, Dr. Anderson, what's happening? So all these Muppets have to get shredded. Interesting. That is unfortunate. And who survives is the question. A nanny. Kind of bland, but okay. A conscript. Interesting. A cooking confectionery artist. An unhealthy obsession with tempering chocolate. Okay, interesting. They retired. Made a fortune with their protein bar factory, allowing them to retire early. Decided to use this hardware fortune on helping the community, supplying the impoverished regions with free potato plants and helping them become self-sufficient. I think, I mean, it's kind of been made clear to us. Now, you may say, Mal, how are you playing the game? Are you following the rules? And yes, I am. I'm the good little Reaper. So I'm following the rules of Fate. Maybe in another playthrough, I'd be a little more free thinking. But we're going to be the compliant Grim Reaper. And so we followed the direction. Everybody in the bottom row ripped it. By proxy, there wasn't any villains that I could see, and so that's how that's going to work out. And some of these days require a little more contemplation, some are a bit more clear-cut. But let's see what Fate has to say. Let's check the mirror. Nothing happening. And what do we got? Fate, what you got happening?
Deathspawn, I have been ruminating on the humans. They vex me.
My goodness.
Why do they exist? Their presence still seems unnecessary. Would it all not be simpler without them?
Oh, this Muppet's gonna end the world. We need them. You need to have humanity.
A system of mutual dependence. Yet we have some hold on the steer.
honestly, okay, I'm not going to pick that. I don't really see this line of thought going anywhere. He's become more erratic the last few days. Forgetful, like misplacing things, wanting to become a writer and then wanting to end humanity. He seems like more volatile than when the game first started. That would be a question that I'm curious to see how he'd ask is, couldn't humans achieve immortality somehow? Let's ask him.
To put us right out of business? And you out of existence?
I just asked if it was possible. I didn't say that it would happen.
Would you really trade yourself for them? What a time it would be for us all. A peaceful time. Ah, never mind my ramblings. I acknowledge your patience. And loyalty. I am all ears, Grim.
Ah, okay, so well, what do you got to say? We could pick option one. Don't you think this flows one way? So we're making choices about other people's ending, how their story ends. It doesn't seem fair because I basically got no agency. So I could say, hey, I'm just given homework every day that I have to like do. I don't really have like choice that I can just pick whatever I want. And then thirdly, it's nothing special. I just like doing what I'm told. Nah, that's the whatever. We could ask him if it flows too much one way.
Such is the nature of loyalty.
Oh my goodness. Hardly, you're just arrogant, always demanding, never give. Oh my gosh, that would tick him off. Yeah, okay, I guess. Never mind then. This would tick him off. You're arrogant, always demanding, never giving back. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's do, I guess, never mind then.
Well, I appreciated the discourse. Good night.
Oh, you know what? Let's ask to see if I got my daily review.
Oh, right. Slipped my mind. Well, if it is that important to you. It seems you marked the proper amount of profiles. Well done and all that. Now depart. I have things to contemplate.
Interesting. And the snort is the money being... I don't know why they add that audio. It really doesn't add anything to the game. Let's check the mirror. Nothing happening. But just for kicks, let's change our look. Let's change our look here. You know what? Let's do that one. That's pretty. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Okay, so we changed it up a little bit. And let's go back. Let's check the lounge. Nothing happening, and nothing at vendor.
Ye drive a hard bargain, matey, but Mortimer does love a good scuffle.
A good scuffle. We don't need smokes. Interesting. That would take half our money. But that would... I did read online that this kind of gives you hints as to whether you made the right choices or not. Maybe later in the game we'll buy it when we have more money. I don't know how many objects are in the loot pool. So, and then the widget spinner. Okay, whatever. I'm not too worried about the widget spinner. And let's get to bed. Let's go. This particular session has been a bit faster. I don't think that I've suddenly gotten better at the game, but it is interesting to see how some of the... In some days, our hand has been forced. Like in order to fulfill the objective, we had to, do a certain thing a certain way. And let me address this matter real quickly here. Very, very good. I was modifying something on the purple app. Okay, so let's go to work. Let's go to work here. Alright. what happened from the previous day? Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, so the person that was retired but contributed to society and food supply, that's something that's helping. Okay, check out the awesome. Okay. Interesting. Black holes set to end all life. AI breaks through eminent promises. Founder of Transglobal Inc. Huh. Okay. And then what do we got? Oh. So how do we plan that here? We could do it every other, or we could do every other. Let's kind of just move this around a little bit. So what do we got to work with? This is kind of the path here. Just kind of want to see it a little bit easier here. Keeping the same order. Every other profile has to rip it. Ugh. Every other person. Which means if I go clockwise, then if I keep the neurosurgeon alive, then I have to keep the fraudulent scammer alive. Okay, so that's really tempting. A housekeeper, a biology teacher. Student. Space radiation is their passion, and they're endlessly fascinated by black holes. Black holes set to end all life. Okay, alright, okay, and then stay-at-home parent, unemployed, and then who do we got here? Founder of smartwatches in the past 5 years. Okay, algorithm and smart intelligence research. So this would be a rip, keep, rip, keep, rip, keep, rip, keep. Or keep, rip, keep, rip, keep, rip, keep, rip. No, I think that every other profile has to unalive. So this is going to be a rip. This is going to be a keep. Well, actually, hold on 1 second here. Let's do back it up. Back it up. Okay, so we'll do rip, 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 and rip. Oh, thank you. And then keep, 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 keep. Okay. So I don't. Yeah, I don't. Let's move this a little bit here. Okay, so let's do this, and let's do this. These are all keep alives. That's interesting. Live. And live. And live. interesting combination of people from this group. I would have, yeah, it's difficult to say. It's difficult to say. I do think there's more like positive to humanity in this group. Let's cash in for the day and see what happens. Unicorn, welcome back. Oh, and what do we got? The mirror wants to talk. What do we got happening?
Hey there. What you up to, killer?
Killing. Oh gosh. Oh, you ever leave me alone? Now, what now? I am not. Okay, let's ask what now.
The suffering. How many lives have you taken? Do you even count? Starting to look a bit grim, ain't it? I guess that's already in the name.
Grim Reaper.
Grim Reaper.
Nice. That's my name, so what?
Nothing. Believe it's for a good cause, as always. It's not as if life and death are directly in your control. No wonder fate picked you for the crafting pot.
Okay, and then she's finished yapping. Okay, let's talk to Fate.
Grim, welcome. Remember when I told you of my idea to become an author? I think I have reached a conclusion.
Okay. I'm all ears. Yeah, let's hear more.
Appreciated. Now, you might find this shocking. Truly, I have decided to set myself upon the path of grand artistry. I shall compose a novel most illustrious, one that will explain everything.
Yeah, I'd like, isn't that a bit extravagant? Yeah, I'd like to read it.
Certainly. Once it is finished, you will be the recipient of the first copy of the first printing.
Nice.
Anyway, we have some official business to take care of, yes? The tedium of profiles. Nothing amiss here, as far as I can see. Your adherence to the rules is admirable. Now I bid thee goodbye. The inaugural words of the greatest novel of all time will be engraved tonight.
Nice. Okay, so he's gonna become a writer. Then we got the snort. Yep, the snort of the money going into the piggy bank. Interesting. Let's check the vendor.
Batten down the hatches. 'Tis a
We
storm
haven't
of
seen this
sails.
before. What do we got here? The face of the great old one. Whoa. I don't think that would affect the game any, because it's just clothing. So that's going to be what we see in the mirror. And our avatar changes look depending on what clothing we wear. This, I'm really tempted to buy. That's very. Maybe we buy it. Let's buy that in the last week, in the last episode. Okay. Let's go. Okay, we talked to Fate. Fate's done. The lounge is, there's nothing happening there. All right, so let's go get some sleep. Nothing happening with Fate. The mirror is not talking to us yet. Anybody happening? Nothing happening here. Let's go check this real quick. Yeah.
Cord blimey!
Oh, look at
You're
here.
looting!
Loot.
All me wares.
700 for a calendar. Clothing. That would help keep track of our progress, but 700 just to keep track of the number of days, I don't think it's worth it. Okay. The last 3 humans coming from the facts have to rip it. Okay, interesting. So I think these... Oh, I got there wanting me to validate that I'm still alive and in the land of living. Alright, TikTok, I am there. We're still going. Okay, what happened? What's the news here? A renowned neurosurgeon survives. Local team perishes. Okay. A ghastly smell leads investigators to find an old, small, dead person in a mansion attic. I remember a few days ago when the cow's milk was going acidic. I wonder if there was something in the water or something like that. And then, of course, all the apps are getting hacked. Interesting. Okay, alright, so... And then... I think... Alright, so I gotta think about this. The last 3 coming from the fax have to rip. So I think if I got one off the fax machine, I'd put it down, and then put it down, put it down, put it down. That would be the back row. I think these were the first ones. And then as more of them come off, then I'm setting them on the top. So I think that these are the rips. I think these are the last off the fax machine. These are the rips right here. And what do we got? A podcaster. Unemployed. Huh. Interesting. Cause them to hallucinate mythological things. Interesting. And then what do we got here? Unemployed. A podcaster. Okay, all right. So we have to rip these. Unemployed. That could be something. A podcaster. Interesting. Interesting. You know what? This might be an achievement. This might be achievement moment. Let's start marking. I'm not getting any strong vibes for any of these. I'm going to use this group for an achievement. One of the achievements is rip everybody in one given day. So Mal the Reaper this is the day like everybody gets ripped. So the Grim Reaper Scythe like hit everybody today. Which is an achievement. You won't be able to see it, but I should have an achievement that hits. And there it is, Deathbringer. Doom everyone on a single day. There's also one where you keep everybody alive. That hasn't happened as of yet, but we ripped everybody that particular day. And let's talk to Fate.
Grim, why are you here?
Checking in at the end of the day.
Oh, right. The daily Ugh, always in positions when I have important research to perform.
Yeah, busy writing a book, huh?
Let us get on with it. Okay, you cannot just doom everyone. That is terribly careless. Remember, your choices have consequences.
Yeah, it's all about achievements, man. You got to do Steam achievements. Sometimes you take one for the team. But yes, and I'll talk about that in just a moment. The curious thing is that when I didn't rip everybody because the cat stole one of the days, he scolded me. We're like, hey, like, you have to follow the directions. You can't just not do what we tell you to do. In this case, he's like, you can't just rip everybody. There's consequences. So we probably had a negative impact, but we'll see like how big of a thing that becomes. We probably did get a ding. That probably was like we went off script, and he definitely scolded us. You can't just rip everybody. That's careless. Okay, so he did scold us.
We clear? The reprimand has been marked into your profile. Yes, that should suffice, I imagine. Questions. Questions, Grim. Fine. I have trouble finding inspiration. Perhaps your questions will assist me. Make sure they are deep and meaningful. No idea. Our immortality precludes us from such knowledge. Yet, I imagine it would be a pleasant release. In that case, at least one only dies once. But more likely, death is just nothingness. And nothing, being nothing, has no inherent positive or negative effects. Any other questions? Not in the sense that humans consider it, no.
What if the afterlife is a dating game where you must charm strange, monstrous gods? That's funny. No endless suffering in the grasp of cosmic horrors. No peaceful, illuminated paradise. This has to be an achievement. This has to be an achievement. I'm gonna do this one. Just it's so off the wall. I think we're gonna do this just to see if something hits as an achievement.
Grim.
And it was. Meet your unmaker. Suggests that the afterlife is a dating show. Achievement, nice. This game does have like a lot of achievements. If you're like a Steam achievement collector, this has a lot of stuff happening.
That is just stupid.
Okay. What do you think mortals have some drive towards? Okay.
Because they seem to find themselves in life-threatening situations all the time?
Something of the like, yes.
Life is unpredictable and lacks an innate meaning. I imagine it is up to them to make their lives meaningful.
Interesting.
Even if it sometimes ends up being fatal. Any other questions?
Can language even deal with the concept of... Okay.
Unlikely.
Okay, what do we got here? That doesn't stop art and literature from trying. Remember, he is trying to be a writer.
One must make do with what they have. Art does seem an attempt of immortalization, as humans feel the ever-present breath of death. A hybrid of entertainment, meaning-making, and the preservation of a facet of identity, carved into matter that might outlast the being itself. At least until all matter ceases to be.
That moment sure can't come fast enough. When's that going to happen? Great. So art is pointless.
Everything is. Nothing is. What is the difference?
Oh, goodness.
Any other questions?
Got nothing.
Grand. Goodbye, Grim. The muse beckons.
Peace out, bro. All right, let's go continue and finish up the day. All right. And we got a 0 because we ripped everybody. Yeah, we ripped everybody. We did get an achievement, but we got scolded. So we got last episode we got 1 demerit because the cat stole our directions or stole all the profiles, and we didn't follow the homework, and we got dinged yesterday because we ripped everybody instead of letting some people live. Interesting. Nothing happening at the mirror. happening here? Alright, let's go. Next one. Okay, fresh day. Very good. No, well, come on now. Anything happening at the mirror? Nothing happening at the mirror. Let's check down here. Anything happening? Nothing happening.
You're such a scoundrel. There should be a bounty on your head.
Right. And that's the Muppet who's the archivist. Alright, let's go to the office. We're so gonna get scolded. We are so gonna get scolded. Wow, like everybody's done got ripped. And then choose better than yesterday, yes. Nice. Okay, so any humans that seem suspicious. A golfer. Okay, a golfer I don't think is too suspicious. Remain as an extremely menacing person. They used to be an enforcer for a loan shark and constantly look like they're going to break any and all kneecaps in the vicinity. They make their tax collecting job rather easy. That's kind of sketchy. A radiologist. I think that would be wise to keep. Okay, that's interesting. Any humans who seem suspicious. I think the tax collector is sketchy. I mean, why are they doing a protest in the school where they're going, in the country where they're going to school to get away from it? That seems kind of odd to me. I don't think there's anything wrong with the retired. He seems kind of mundane. Radiologist seems like a good person, helpful to humanity, and a golfer. I mean, I don't think it's too horribly wrong being a golfer. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep these and we're going to rip these. Doesn't give us a count, so I'd rather be kind of safe than sorry. Very good. I think that is doable. And let's talk to... anything happen in the mirror? Nothing in the mirror. Anything at the lounge? Let's check the lounge. Oh, we got the lounge opened. Let's go to the lounge first. Oh, all right. Let's go talk to you.
Whoa there, stranger. Almost blinded me with that shiny skull of yours.
Right.
I don't think I've seen you here before. Let me guess. You're in the... human department, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the dark circles, the vibe like you haven't slept for 1,000 years.
That obvious, huh?
It is. At least for me. For, you see, I'm also in the human department.
She might say that's the reason why I'm a chain smoker. We've never actually met another human reaper. We have met other reapers, yeah, I can tell, but I don't want to insult her. How do you like it here? She was kind of hesitant to admit she was in the human department, a human Grim Reaper. But you don't look tired at all. That's probably a compliment. I'm going to ask how she likes it. I don't want to say I've been dying to meet one for ages. I'm going to ask how you like it.
Work is work, I guess. So, I figure you've been here a while by now. How do you feel about the work we do?
Not going to pick the first one. I wish people didn't have to suffer because of me. That seems reasonable. Work is work. I hate it. I feel like I should head back to work. Bye. Peace out. I don't want to talk about it. I'm going to pick this one. I wish people didn't have to suffer because of me.
Hang on. How do you know how humans are doing in their realm? Don't tell me you're actually using that Cocker app to keep track of what's happening. I haven't opened it in years.
I'm kind of curious. No one's actually explained technically. You don't read the news? I don't.
It's the little app on your phone that shows you what's going on in the world.
Okay.
You've looked at your phone, right?
We're gonna ask her, you don't read the news app?
No. I mean, I used to, but nothing interesting ever happened. The instructions are the same every day anyway. Kill all door-to-door salespeople.
Oh my gosh.
And what do I see in the app? The door-to-door salespeople died. Great! So there. And that's followed by the stories of downright horrible things happening everywhere. No thanks.
That's interesting. So we are given instructions, keep these people alive, rip those people, but she gets the same thing, just end all the salespeople. So her daily instructions never change. She just rips every single salesperson. Maybe that's why Circuit City went out of business. But anyhow, all jokes aside, if you're old enough, you'll get that joke. What do you mean? My choices affect the world all the time. I get different instructions every day. In any case, reading the news helps make decisions. Interesting. Well, I think it would be wise for her to ask why her instructions never change.
Huh. I've seen the boss, like, once. Not gonna happen. I bet it's all part of fate's grandiose plan. The equilibrium. And who am I? A mere spawn to question it.
Now that might be revealing. In any case, reading the news helps make decisions. I'm not gonna scold her for her. I'm gonna say I'm gonna get different instructions every day.
Congratulations?
In any case, reading the news helps make decisions. That is true.
I just do what fate tells me to. The decisions are not mine to make.
Life with no choices and you still haven't given up. Wow, a life without decisions, that's the dream. Actually, I feel like making a decision to leave right now. A life with no choices and you still haven't given up?
Have you ever heard the inspiring story of Scullifus? I'm guessing you haven't, since it happened way back when we still used rubber stamps instead of markers.
Yeah, let's ask. Ask what the story.
Okay. So Scullifus spent all day, every day, stamping profiles to live or die.
Right. Okay, welcome for those that have joined. We're playing Unalive and Taxes. Can't say the word. I don't want TikTok to like ban me. And it is basically like Papers, the indie game Papers, except we're the Grim Reaper deciding who rips it and who lives. And so it's an interesting indie game. Enjoy the stay while you're in the live stream. Okay.
They got a grandiose case of carpal tunnel from all that stamping, but still they kept on going.
Interesting.
Every day they'd receive a heap of new profiles. which were basically the same as the ones they'd stamped the day before.
Right.
Almost as if powering through the carpal tunnel wasn't making any difference. Almost as if it wasn't worth it. Sound familiar? In any case, they kept going. Kept on stamping. Because they had to. Because when you give up, the cosmos, that meaningless entropy, it wins. And I'm never gonna let that happen. Even if it means doing the exact same thing. Day in, day out.
That's it, the inspirational story? Huh.
That's it, stranger. It inspires me to wake up every day. Besides, as long as the coins keep coming, can we really complain?
It's time you start making your own choices. Well, good luck with whatever you're doing. I think I'm gonna encourage her to do her thing.
You mean, what? Ignore my instructions? Won't that get me, like, instantly fired?
I don't know. It would be more fun.
I could start sparing some of these door-to-door salespeople, maybe. What the heck? I'll do it. Time for some of these salespeople to live at last. They seem harmless enough.
Good luck. I just gave you amazing free advice. You're welcome. Now you're getting it. Nod sagely. Good luck.
Thanks for the chat, stranger. I'm off to sow some chaos. I hope.
So she's been ripping salespeople nonstop. Interesting. Let's talk to you. Who are you?
Look at that. It's a hatchling. I guess they let all sorts work here nowadays. The assemblage must be. Yet one must welcome the dregs, one must. What brings you to Florian the Eradicator?
Why are you called the Eradicator?
I'm that efficient in bringing annihilation to the herd. Oh, if only I could hear them wail and weep. Still, fate expects us to be polite to one's colleagues because it I suppose I must then do my best to enlighten you on whatever matters are bothering you today.
We already know he's another Reaper. He admitted that. He's just gonna be like, well, didn't you hear me say that? You must really like the sound of your own voice. Yep, that would be a way to insult him. Let me ask what he thinks about fate.
A capable bureaucrat, but lately seems to be losing his way. Too much faffing around with pointless minutia. And the fondness for regulations. I've always said we should be able to mark people to death more freely. But no, always with these limitations.
Right.
I am the best and brightest of the bunch. When I aim with blood and guts, I will paint my magnum opus on the canvas of cosmos.
That's not what we're supposed to do. What are you even talking about?
All flesh is temporary. We here provide the herd with an escape from It is called salvation, or at least the closest thing they'll ever get.
Are you implying you mark people? You ever think about the consequences? No, he doesn't. He's just ripping everybody. What does Fate think about your grand ideas?
I don't get to meet the boss often, surprising as that may be. Fate doesn't chat with Reapers all the time.
It does me, though.
In the order of things, we are beneath him, as the humans are beneath us. I just make sure to enjoy every slash, for that is what we are born to do, yes, we Deathbringers. all have to die.
I think it would be worth asking him what's stopping you from marking everybody.
Unthinkable. You mean to suggest I go against fate's rules and kill more people? A lot more. All of them. I mean, it'd be amazing, yeah. A glorious day. But, such fantasy. I can bide my time until their atrophy.
Well, we won't talk about like when we ripped everybody the other day, and he'd probably be impressed by that. Great chat, goodbye. I'm leaving. Can't say it was a pleasure talking. Okay, let's say
Ciao,
goodbye.
little hatchling. Lessons learned.
Boring.
Off you go.
All right, let's talk to the barkeep. Little Reaper.
Why, if it isn't the young Grimster. Back again to delight my eye. Oh, so 3 weeks down already.
Whoa.
That's quite an achievement. Say, how's the grind been treating you since our last chat?
Meticulous, professional, pretty good, same as usual. Don't know. I have some trouble deciding. Still mostly. I'm having trouble deciding. That is a true statement.
About how you feel about the whole thing? Doubts about the power bestowed into your hands and how you affect so many lives every single day? Makes me uneasy. Can I be sure my choices had the correct results?
Sometimes a task get confusing. In this place, they know what they're doing. Yeah, I'm not gonna say I was born for it, and I'm not fine with everything that I'm given. I'm gonna say sometimes the tasks get confusing. That's a true statement.
Like there's a tinge of arbitrary design in the darkness? Heckin' scary. One ought to heed instincts in collaboration with reason.
Whoa.
Sounds twice as powerful to me, yeah?
Yeah.
But what do I know? I'm just the barkeep. So what can I get you?
Let's ask about this Florian.
That one? Heck. What can I say that you won't glean on your own? They try to act all suave on the surface, but truth be told, they're a proper jerk.
That is true.
At least when it comes to the job. Can't say I trust their judgment too much.
They don't seem responsible.
You'd think your profession needed conscientious workers, right? Don't take this the wrong way. I don't often disparage patrons of the den. We have here a shared experience. Here's to hoping they won't cause some sort of a major blunder. What else you got in mind?
I'll be going, and she's gonna be like, "Good night, little Reaper."
Au revoir, Lil Reaper.
That is just crazy funny. Little Reaper. And so that concludes day 21. Oh wait. That is not the end of the live stream. This is not the end. The office is empty. Well, okay, we got to talk. We went to the lounge first. Let's talk to Fate. Yeah. And it's just the cat. As you enter, you notice the Fate's office is empty aside from Lady Poddington snoozing on the table. Glare at the cat, spiteful jerk. Oh no, this again? Hey kitty cat, you are so cute, sweet, more freedom from the yoke of the overlord. I'm gonna be like, hey kitty cat, you're so cute.
Haha, Grim, jolly good. As you may have noticed, I am absent. I decided for a short vacation.
Oh.
It is a weekend, after all, and the free time will be essential for research. For the novel, yes?
Well, we've only worked for 3 weeks. We're not going to have a vacation yet. So I'm reporting to the cat again. Fine by me. I just need the daily review. Let's ask for reporting to the cat.
Hello, Grim, are you there? Curse this useless apparatus. It never works when I need it. You may be wondering about who is in charge. I did consider leaving dear Lady Poddington again, but my hiatus is only momentary. I am sure you can manage these few days.
Interesting.
But what of the conduct overview, you may be thinking? To be honest, I cannot be bothered at the moment. I am certain you have done well enough. Now, I must go submerge myself. Toodles.
Toodles. Toodles. And there it is. The money has been deposited in the piggy bank. We're on day 21. And it is time for me to say toodaloo for the evening as well. So toodaloo to all of you. We are going to end the live stream here because it is the end of day 21. And next session when we play, it is going to be the conclusion of the game, which ends on day 28. I don't know what's going to happen at day 28, but the game only has 28 days. So we're going to finish this game the next session. But it has been a pleasure. It has been fun. We had some interesting times where we've learned some more things. And that being said, I hope all of you have a great night. I will catch you later. Peace.